Hey family, and welcome new faces joining us today. On your screen right now is a gentleman with a haunting and alarming dream about intense spiritual warfare happening in the spirit right now. What could this dream mean? You have to watch to the end to find out and leave your thoughts below if you can relate or had a dream like this in the comments below.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Listen, let me talk to y'all real quick and tell y'all about this dream I had the other day. Alright, so in the dream, I was in Cairo, Egypt. I don't know why, but I was there. And I remember seeing Jeeps, like, racing, like, moving real fast, trying to get away. And I seen, like, explosions and bombs and stuff being set off and everything, right? And I remember I went to a store. I don't know why, but I did. I went to a store, and I received a phone call from an old friend, and he was telling me, hey, you need to get to the borders of Egypt. They trying to shut them down. You ain't gonna be able to get out. There's war going on. You need to try to get to Canada. I don't know why. So after that phone call, it's like I mysteriously just transported to like this building, and I was in this room, and Satan walked past me. I mean, literally just walked past. And out of nowhere, I just yelled out, Satan, tell your principalities to stop now. When I said that, y'all, he turned around and looked at me. And he started walking towards me. Now, Satan can take on many forms because he's a fallen angel. So he has that ability, right? But in this dream, he was about 5'10", 5'11". He was red. He had 3 horns on his head, and his face was real dried up and shriveled up like a raisin. It was real ugly. But when I said, Satan, tell your principalities to stop now, he walked towards me. He said, that's not the only thing that's going to stop. He said, whew. When he blew at me, I remember feeling the inside of my body. You know, like when a cookie crumbling or like if an old building started to crumble, I remember feeling my body start to do that inside. Like it was taking affliction. And I looked at him and his head fell off. And he was like an old shell of himself. You ever seen like a bug or something like that that unshedded its old skin and it's just like a exoskeleton left over? It's like an empty body left over. That's what happened to him. Almost like he tried to attack and get away, right? My wife was next to me in a dream. She's like, she kind of popped up and she was coming to my aid, right? And I remember just hearing the voice of the Lord just boldly say, speak. And I just started start speaking in tongues, in like a fierce tongues, right? And as I was speaking in tongues, I felt the inside of my body started to be strengthened, renewed, restored. I started getting power, right? And I was looking at Satan, and his body started to regenerate and come back, almost like he tried to attack me, go away, and I summoned him back and started attacking him, so he can feel the fire of the Lord, right? So his head started to regenerate and come back to his body, and I could tell it was hurting him in a dream because his mouth was open like that, and all I seen was gums. But then I seen the sharp teeth started to come through, but it's like he was in pain. He was just stuck in that posture, right? So after that, like I just kept speaking. I kept speaking in tongues for a while to the point I was running out of breath, and I still was like I had to be kind of quiet with it because I was running out of breath. But the Lord just was urging me constantly to speak. So around that time, I kind of like woke up, and I was kind of like, and I woke up speaking in tongues. And my wife said, "Are you okay?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "I just had a dream about I was in Egypt. It was a war going on, and Satan walked past, and you know, I was telling her like I started speaking in tongues against him, and we had to talk about the dream, and there was a couple things that stood out. For one, right? If you notice, Satan walked past me. He didn't even notice me. That's one. For two, I called out to Satan to tell his principalities to stop. Right? That's two. Now, with that being said, in Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12, it says, for we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against the principalities, against the rulers, against the authorities against the cosmic powers over this present darkness, against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly places. It didn't say we wrestle against Satan. It said principalities and other forces. That lets you know this. Of course, Satan has people under him, of course. But what's significant about this is God is omnipresent. So God can be everywhere at any time with multiple people, all that. Satan is not omnipresent. So he can only be at one place at one time, which is why in Job, in the book of Job, when the Lord asked Satan where he has been, he said, to and fro roaming the earth, seeking whom he may devour. Because he can't be all over the earth. He can only be at one place. So 9 times out of 10 in your life, Satan himself, the devil, has never attacked you. It's been people he has assigned to you. He probably don't notice you because your level of influence ain't as high as he wants it to be. Like I'm sure he's attacking people that controls, like, you know, big things on the earth to push his agenda. So 9 times out of 10, he got people assigned to you. So when people say, "Oh, the devil this, the devil that," no, it's them principalities, and you need to learn to speak to them. So in that dream, the Lord, the war that was going on was significant spiritual warfare, and God is saying, if I give you the authority to trample over serpents and scorpions, you need to do that. You need to fight back. If you walking in God's image and likeness, you have authority. And God is saying to you, if he don't lay down and just let stuff happen to him, why would you be doing the same thing if you his child? And can't nothing attack God anyway, but why would you lay down and let something attack you? And a lot of times as Christians, we get attacked, and it's that, woe is me, I'm going through. But God is saying, put on the armor of God, speak in warfare tongues, and fight back. Now, the word says resist the devil and he will flee, right? Now listen to this. If somebody's attacking you, right, and you start attacking them back, they're going to be less likely to want to attack you and fight with you because they know you're going to put up a fight. And the Lord was just letting me know how powerful warfare tongues are. And when you're going through, you need to be speaking. You need to at least be speaking 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour in the spirit. You need to be speaking in tongues. Now listen, a lot of people don't believe in spiritual tongues. And at the beginning of my Christian journey, I was skeptical myself because I seen a lot of people playing with it. I thought it was just fake. I thought it was a joke. I'm like, nah, that might not be happening today. But when you get filled with the Holy Spirit and you continue to ask him for the gift of tongues, it will flow out of you. And so it started happening to me first when I would wake up out of my sleep speaking in tongues. And then when I'm woke, I didn't know what to do to start back speaking into it until I got filled with the Holy Spirit. And it's just like it just took over, right? So it is real. And that you got to understand the enemy's job is to make you believe that it's not real because he knows that's a powerful weapon. If I just told y'all in a dream that I was attacking Satan and it was hurting him and his principalities, that should let you know the power you have as a child of God. That right there is self-explanatory. And a lot of times, people just, I think nowadays, more emphasis is put on in the American gospel of, you're chosen, you're gonna get your blessing, self-improvement, you're gonna be successful, this and that. But what are the preachers that are telling you about the warfare and how to fight it and giving you detailed explanations? Because there's gonna come a time, because the world is always getting worse, but we as believers, we have Christ, but there's gonna come a time where you're gonna need to know how to combat those spiritual evils. You're gonna need to know how to fight back. And if you are under someone who's not leading you in that way to teach you how to fight back, then you need to go to the Lord and make sure you're in the right space or around the right people. And I'm grateful for that dream. It was very powerful. I really hope that blessed someone, because it really blessed me. It was a very strong and powerful dream. So I just want to say, start speaking in tongues. Receive the Holy Spirit. If you don't have the Holy Spirit, receive him. Open your heart, receive him, and receive the power that God has for his children. He's real, y'all, and he loves us. And that dream was proof. Hey, son, fight back. You got power. Put on God's armor and fight back. So if you've been going through recently and you've been looking for a sign, this is your sign. The Lord wants you to fight back. If you don't have the gift of tongues, the Lord wants you to receive it. And He wants you to use it. If you've been wondering and skeptical if speaking in tongues is real, this is your confirmation that it is real. And the Lord wants you to use your Second Amendment in the Spirit, the right to bear arms. He wants you to walk around like you got that thing on you, like you ready for a demon to try you, and you pull that weapon out on them, them warfare tongues. Make them put their hands up. Cause you a child of God. You ain't supposed to let no demon control your life. How you walk around looking crazy. You got power in the Lord. Stand up and use it. I love y'all, man. I'm out.
I love you, Lord, for your mercy never failed me all my days.